I'm in the flood zone. I'm in the windstorm. I'm in the combination flood zone and windstorm. Oh. Well, it is the wee hours of Wednesday morning, and it is time to tune in. I'm tuning in. I'm glad you're tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you. I really fucking need this beer. And, well, let me just kind of ramble obnoxiously about the shit going on in my life. Now, a lot of people have worse problems in their life than I do. They really do. Because it's flooding and I have to clean up flood water. And there's a windstorm that has blown a bunch of shit all over the backyard. And I had to go out in the middle of the fucking night and clean all of that shit up and get it up onto the porch where it is all in the way and it's a mess and it's going to have to be cleaned up. Plus a lamp blew over and the light bulb shattered, and I'm going to have to clean all of that shit up tomorrow. Tomorrow, later today when it's light out, like around 7, 8 in the morning, maybe 9. Yeah, so like in about 5 hours or so, yeah. So on top of that, the power is out. Why, Caliban? If the power is out, how are you recording video? How are you connected to the internet? How does that work? We have a generator. Our ISP is not incompetent, so because of that, said ISP has a good generator backup system themselves. So when the power goes out, they don't actually get interrupted at all, and we only get interrupted for about 5 seconds, except when the pressure in the propane tank is low and the weather is cold. The generator has difficulty cranking up. And because the generator has difficulty cranking up, sometimes it can't. So the generator tried to turn on and couldn't. And then it tried to turn on again and couldn't. And it tried to turn on again and couldn't. And it failed completely. So it sat out there, and this is what they call an overcrank situation. We're trying to start and we can't. So I had to go out in the pitch black. Well, first I had to go upstairs in the pitch black and find a flashlight. And then, once I found a flashlight, I had to go out in the pitch black and open up the generator and see that it was in an overcrank situation. And then I had to come back in and go, okay, let's check the manual and see how you troubleshoot this. And the way you troubleshoot this is to check the spark plug, the fuel supply, and the engine oil, and then you call a technician. Well, fuck you, buddy. I'm not calling a technician. What the hell? This is a bullshit situation. So I went back out, flipped the AC supply switch off, because you don't want the power company like trying to send AC while you're fucking with this. And I switched the generator to off mode, switched it to on, and it tried to crank 3 times and didn't crank. So I switched it off again, and then I put it on auto to see if it would crank back up, and it took it the whole 3 times to try and start, but it tried, and then it got an undercrank, and it gave me the same error. So I turned it off, put it back on run. It started up, and once it had started up, I turned it back off, put it back on auto, and started back up, and I clicked the AC switch back on, and now we're running on generator power. But our propane tank is when it's below 30%, the generator has trouble starting. So we have a service level agreement with our propane provider that when the tank drops to 30% propane, they come out and fill it. There's only one problem. We're flooded. Our road is closed. The propane truck can't get here. So we're sitting at like 22% propane, which isn't bad. We got a big fucking tank. We literally we have enough propane to run for about 3 months unassisted. Like the power could go off for 3 months and we would be fine if we had a full propane tank. So at 22%, we got enough to run for, yeah, maybe 3 weeks, something like that. Is it 3 weeks? No, more like 2 weeks. Week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. But yeah, we're going to be fine. They're going to be fixed. We're going to be at the end of this. Before then, we're going to be able to get shit delivered out here, and it'll be fine. So, if you were here last week and you saw me struggling and being frustrated with LMMS, trying to get the song automation to work, which really kind of underscored, I mean, LMMS is a pretty fantastic little piece of software if you're doing specific things, but if you want to record live audio, it doesn't do that. If you want to time stretch and beat match recorded audio, if you want to work with samples at all, it doesn't do that for audio more than a couple of seconds long. And then on top of that, when I got around to automation, there's no pattern automation. There's only song global automation. And it's hard to get to, and you can only edit one parameter at a time. And it's so frustrating. It was so annoying. And it's just absolute crap. If I don't have song automation, I can't do a lot of the stuff that I want to do later on in this track. Because I need the song automation. I need that to provide. That's how acid house and trance and dubstep work, is with song automation. And that's just very frustrating, because I thought, surely LMMS can handle this. But no, it can't. So I'm going to have to use something else. And I do have something else. I have several something else's. I have Orion, which works pretty well. I have Reaper. I have Cakewalk. I have Fami Studio. I've got like a bunch of shit. But I think the thing I need to move over to, here are the choices that I've got, okay? I can move to Reaper, which will probably do the stuff that I want, and on top of that, it has great audio handling, and it doesn't cost too much. It's like $60. Or we all know what the dubstep producers use. We all know they're FL Studio geeks, and I remember when it was Fruity Loops. I liked it when it was Fruity Loops. I tried it out when it was Fruity Loops, and I went, "This is really cool." And then I didn't buy it. I should have bought it back when it was still like cheap. But instead I bought Orion. Backed the wrong horse, which is pretty much par for the course in my book. I always tend to I lock onto a particular piece of software. I go, this is the software that I use, and then it turns out to be a really bad idea. Like when I locked onto Unity, and I went, okay, Unity, I'm gonna build my games in Unity, and then like later on, Unity was complete fucking garbage. And back in the day, I decided that Paint Shop Pro was gonna be my paint program. We can't get Paint Shop Pro anymore. Oh well. And I locked onto Cool Edit 2000, was a fantastic audio workstation. I locked onto that, and I was like, this is really great. I'll use this to do my live audio, and then I'll sequence in the stuff from Orion. That'll work. Cool Edit 2000 was purchased, well, Centrillium software in its entirety was purchased by Adobe. And Adobe proceeded to turn it into Audacity, which is really good, but it's an Adobe product. And I used to be a Creative Cloud guy. I used to work on Creative Cloud. I used to use the whole fucking tool chain. I used Photoshop and Illustrator and Premiere and After Effects and Lightroom, and I used their fucking stupid browser. I can't even remember the name of it to organize all of my shit. And I used Audacity, or I used Audition. It's Adobe Audition. That's what it's called. Audition. Audacity is the free one that I have over here. But yeah, I used to use a full Adobe tool chain, and then they jacked up the price to $100 a month. No. So yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. I keep checking my focus, and it keeps going out for no reason. I don't know why. It's just I need a new camera, but it's just like I don't have hundreds of dollars to spend on a new fucking camera, okay? I just don't. It's like I've been wishing I could afford a tour box, and I just can't. Just can't afford one, you know? And it's very obnoxious. As I was watching somebody who was a PCAT, she was saying, here's how I use the tour box. And I'm like, oh my God, that looks fantastic. That would alter my workflow dramatically. I would love that. I don't have $300 for that. It's just not something that's in my budget. It's not something I can do. And when you add on like $500 for a new camera, no, I can't do $500 for a new camera. I sure as fucking hell can't do $700 for FL Studio. I recently dropped like $80 on buying new games, and that's it's the most that I could pull out and make expendable. I may have like 50 or 60 bucks, but I don't see me getting a good camera for that kind of money, especially not a physical one like this. But yeah, this is an old Sony Handycam. This is like a 2004 Handycam. It's 20 years old. It's done right by me. It really has. But yeah. So I've been thinking a lot about specialization and generalization, and I've been going, I have so many jobs I'm doing. I'm the sound designer, I'm the musician, I'm the artist, I'm the animator, I'm the designer, I'm the level designer, I'm the developer, I'm the project manager. It's like all of these jobs and all of these things that I'm doing, and I'm trying to shuffle it all around, and God damn, it's a pain. And now on top of that, I'm finding my tools to be inadequate. So I need to learn a new tool. I need to obtain and learn a new tool. And I don't want to. I just don't want to. It's one of the things that I ran into. Like, I knew Orion pretty well, but then I switched over to LMMS because Orion's just not supported anymore. And then LMMS, it turns out, also isn't supported anymore. Plus, it doesn't do what I need it to do. So now I'm looking at Cakewalk and Reaper and Fami Studio, and I got some other shit too. I got like I got some other DAWs that are installed that I just don't use. But they have not been especially promising. I don't remember what they are either. It's just like, I went down a list. Somebody said, these are the 10 best free digital audio workstations. I was like, okay, let me grab all of these. And then Reaper comes up and goes, you know, actually, this is not free. Oh, well, wow. Well, I don't mind paying for it, but it's like it's money. It's not a lot of money for what it is. I can come up with money. It's just that, I have to shuffle things around and squirrel things away, and being old is kind of shitty. Anyway, I was thinking about specialization because people don't seem to understand how much it takes and how many people it takes and how many skills and how much expertise it takes to get shit done. So I am over here trying to build this game, and I'm also trying to do the art for it, and I'm also trying to do the music for it, and I'm also trying to do the sound effects for it, and I'm also trying to do all the writing and all the design and all of that sort of shit. And it is taking forever, and I'm hitting all kinds of issues. And it's because everything I do, I have to keep changing gears. It's because on Monday I have to do art, and on Wednesday I have to do music, and on Friday I have to do development, and I'm switching back and forth and switching back and forth. And I don't get that focus and flow that I usually get, or I just work for days on one particular thing. And I've actually structured it now where I have to switch gears. And that was a bad idea. I want to stick to the 3 videos a week because I think 3 videos a week works and is good, but I think dividing the subjects up the way that I have was honestly a terrible idea. And I don't know, I think maybe I just need to do showing up 3 times a week. So maybe what I want to do is looking at dates. Maybe as we enter the new year, I will switch this around and change stuff. That'll put 8 entries on these first 3 playlists. So I want to finish out a week, obviously, and that would put the last building out split out episode on the 2nd. Let me just kind of focus for a moment on the question of what I'm thinking about doing. What I am thinking about doing is just making it all showing up. And maybe I don't need playlists anymore. Maybe I just switch and everything is just showing up. There's no tuning in, there's no building out. There's just showing up. And showing up is whatever there is to do. I mean, I was doing that in the beginning, and I think that's really the way to go. I think just showing up is the right thing to do. And maybe what I do is maybe what I do is move toward a Monday through Friday, like a daily status thingy. Almost a devlog thing. But just focus on the thing I'm focusing on. And make a video about like whatever's going on that day. I like the idea of having 3 videos and the 3 videos covering different things, but at the same time, having those 3 videos and the 3 videos covering different things, I don't think is that is conducive to actually getting shit done. I think it's conducive to having videos, but having videos isn't the aim. Having a game is the aim. Getting shit done is the aim. And the way that I've structured these, I am not getting shit done. I think I need to shift gears less frequently. I think that will make a big difference in how much shit I get done. I want to stick to 3 videos a week for now. Next year, maybe I do 5 videos. Maybe. I think about doing 5 videos a week next week. Sometimes you have ideas and you work on them and they don't pan out. Okay. And like another thing that I've been thinking about is that, see, I have a bunch of stuff that I've got. Where is this? Archive, stock, samples, library, original. Okay, yeah, So yeah, what I typically do is stuff like this. Let me pull Audacity up. And no, didn't discard. Yeah, go ahead, discard that. That's from Losing Power. That was a pain in the butt. Anyway, this is the kind of stuff that I usually do for games. Okay, as you can see, it's only like 16 seconds, and it's probably loud. Probably louder than I want it to be. Let me turn it down a bit, and we'll see. It comes out. So that's the kind of thing that I typically do for various game projects, and I got a bunch of stuff like that. Like I got this guy here. And I got a whole bunch of similar stuff like this. Like if you've been around my channel for a long time, you'll remember this one. Actually, that's not the one. It's this one you would remember, I think. I just thought it was there we go. That's the theme a lot of you guys remember. That's the kind of thing I like. That's the kind of thing I want associated with me. But, yeah. That's nothing like the stuff that I'm trying to do now for this game. And I'm thinking, why don't I go back and do the kind of stuff that I used to make and do like a few loops and like put those together? And I'm trying to up my game on so much stuff at the same time. I'm trying to do better graphics than I usually do. I'm trying to do better graphics than I've never really done graphics. I mean, I did when I did Railgun, I actually hired somebody to build all of the cool graphics and the regular old everyday graphics that I put together. I mean, it was a Breakout clone, you know? It's like the bullets are balls and the blocks are just like rectangles, and it's not all that hard. And I don't know, maybe I need to focus on finishing shit. Because this has expanded. The scope of this project, the scope creep of this project is insane. And can I do it? Sure, I can do it. It's just gonna take like 3 fucking years, and I don't want to spend 3 fucking years doing it. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to approach this, but I'm gonna come up with something. But I do need to think about how this is affecting things, because I thought by putting a little bit of work into all 3 of the aspects, it would work on the visuals, work on the sound, work on the code. Work on the visuals, work on the sound, work on the code. I thought that would get me making slow, steady progress on all 3 of them. Instead, it's got me spinning my wheels on all 3 because I do not have time to overcome the inertia of not getting shit done on them. It's not letting me accelerate. So that's a problem. And I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to switch everything over to showing up. And I think I'm going to throw out the story that I've been working with. And instead, I'm going to work with just the fundamental question of, we're going to build a Horde Survival roguelite. And it's going to have all the features of a Horde Survival roguelite. But the aim is to get it done. The aim is to use stock graphics, stock sound, and custom programming. It's all going to be programming. It's all going to be developing the game instead of worrying about building graphics and doing art and all of that sort of thing. And I'm going to worry about that shit later. I'm going to worry about that when I have a working game. Like, you can take a game engine and add a story to it. You can take a game and change the graphics. You can change the sounds. You can change all of that stuff. I can mold the game into the ultimate aim later. Right now, let's focus on getting the game in play instead of worrying about music and art and graphics and sound and all of that. Let's just get all that out of the library. And we can worry about doing custom shit later. For the moment, fuck it. We're going to worry about end results and deliverables. Anyway, do the little YouTube dance. Like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. God, that one snuck up on me. And okay, bye.